2 weeks ago, I started an AI automation agency alongside my twin brother. Fast forward 1 week later, and I've landed my first client. And so today, I thought I'd show you the exact workflow that I'm using to log all of their operations and identify what to automate first. We're gonna build this one with Tally, Airtable, and Make.com. So let's jump straight into it. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna go and set up a Tally account. So the best thing about this workflow is that it's completely free. Tally, Airtable, and Make.com, you can get started completely free with all of these platforms. So what we're gonna start off with is going and creating our Tally form, and then we're gonna go and link that form to Airtable. We're gonna introduce Make.com a bit later into the workflow, just to finish things off and make it look a bit nicer. So let's jump into it. So first up, let's go and create our Tally account. So just go ahead, put your email, create a password, and then we'll get to it. All right, so once you've signed up to Tally, it's gonna bring you to this main dashboard page here. So let's just get started and click on New Form. So we're gonna go and create this form. We're gonna give it a title. So I'm gonna say Client Automation Tracker. So I'm gonna go and put a few different fields in there for now to get started. So essentially what I wanna get out of this tracker is to basically determine what are the bottlenecks, what are the most time-consuming tasks, and just a bit more about the workflow and exactly how the workflows are looking like, how long is it taking them, how often is it happening. And essentially by doing this, it's gonna give me a good indication of exactly what I wanna start on first. So I'm just gonna start off with the idea title. So I'm just gonna click on the plus button here. Let's go with the short answer. Just click on that, and then I'm gonna go idea title. So basically, what is the title of this idea? What is the main sort of concept around it? Next, I'm gonna go with the department. So I'm just gonna go with a short answer and basically outline which department of the business this workflow is from. So next, we're gonna go with a long answer block and determine what the current process is to help identify exactly what the issues are. Then we're just gonna go with another short answer block to determine how often this actually happens. How often does this happen? And so essentially this describe the current process field is gonna be very valuable in actually determining exactly what the process is. And then we get to how often does it happen so that we know, is this something that we should be working on right now? Is it extremely time consuming and something that we should be prioritizing? And I'll get to it in a moment. We're actually going to use AI to determine a specific priority score based on the current position that the business is in and also the current position that I'm in as an AI automation agency owner. So these 4 fields should give me enough information if I fill them out correctly to be able to determine exactly what we need to focus on. So from here, we're going to go to the top right and we're going to go and click on publish, and then we're just going to go and quickly copy this and just test it out in the web and just see exactly what it looks like. And there we go. So that's our client automation tracker set up and ready to go at this stage. You can go and customize it and change the background, the text color, but for now I'm just gonna keep it simple, keep it straightforward, and we're gonna stick with this. So to go and link this to Airtable, the first thing we wanna go and do is actually set up an Airtable account. So essentially, once you go through your steps, you fill out the information to go and sign up to Airtable, it's gonna bring you to this home page here, the main dashboard. So what we're gonna do first is go and create a base. So this is where we're gonna go and gather the information from that Tally form and store it in this location. So I've gone and created an untitled base for now. The great thing about Airtable is that it actually has Omni, which is their own inbuilt AI system that helps with actually going and creating these tables. So when you're talking about tables on such a bigger scale and they're all linked to different specific sheets, then Omni can become a really valuable tool that helps to streamline this process. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and make sure that all of these headings on the table align with the fields that we want answered in our Tally form. So if I go back to my Tally form, we've got our idea title, a department, describing the current process, and how often does this happen. So they're gonna be my 4 headings inside my Airtable database. So to go and edit these headers, I can simply just double click on them and I'm able to change the title of it and then also determine whether it's a single line text, a long text, a date, phone number, all of those different field types. Airtable gives you the opportunity to determine exactly what you need there. So we're gonna go with idea title, which was our first one, and that's just gonna be a single line text. Our second one is gonna be the department. This will also be a single line text as well. So I'm gonna change that to single line and just save that there. The next one was describing the current process. So we're gonna go with the long text field type for this one. And then our last one was just how often does this happen? So we can probably just go with a single line text for this one. Now we've just got an additional 2 fields here that we don't need. So I'm just gonna go ahead and delete them for now. So now that we got this table set up, let's go and link this to our Tally form. So let's go back to Tally and we're gonna go to integrations. Here, you'll be able to find Airtable. Let's click on connect and go ahead and set up this integration. So we're gonna go and have to go and log into Airtable here. And at this point, you basically have to authorize what table you wanna give Tally access to. So we're gonna go to add a base and click on the untitled base that we set up there. And we're gonna click on grant access. And so now we're gonna go and fill out some of these fields. So the connection name, we're just gonna go with YouTube tutorial. Our Airtable account is set up there. We're gonna go and select our base, select the table, which we only created one table. So we're gonna go with table 1. And then we have to go and map our fields. So we've got 4 fields. We have the ID or title, the department, describing the current process, and how often does it happen. So we need to go and add these fields into the mapping field section here and link them to our Airtable headers. So I'm gonna click on add a field and just add another field there. And I'm gonna go with department and how often does this happen. And so now on the other side is where we can go and link the headers from our Airtable database to these Tally fields here. So we're gonna go with how often does it happen, department, describing the current process, and idea title. And with this all set up, we're now ready to go and connect with Airtable. So just click on connect with Airtable there. So you'll be able to see there, we've got our YouTube tutorial integration set up. And obviously by having this enabled, you can see it's gone green there as well. So now that we have this set up, let's go and fill out our form and see if we can get some information added into our database. So for this example, it's going to be all about manual data entry. So the sales manager would export data from Salesforce, copy it into an Excel sheet, create charts, calculate the team's performance metrics, and then email a summary. So we're going to go ahead and fill this out correctly so that we can get all of this information thrown into our Airtable database. And so we've got our information in there. We're just going to go and submit and see Airtable do its work. And there we go. We have our 4 field items in Airtable. So what I'm gonna do is just quickly go and delete these 3 previous items here because we won't need them. And so this is a point where I'm gonna get to a stage where there's gonna be 10 to 20 to 30 ideas all thrown into this database. And I wanna determine which ones I should be focusing on first. And I'm gonna get AI to help me to do that. So with Airtable's built-in AI tool, we're going to be able to go and create an AI summarizer to determine a priority score so that I can know if this automation is worth starting with. So on the right here, I'm just going to click on plus and I'm going to go and build a field agent. So essentially, I'm just going to call this our AI summarizer. We're going to let it run automatically. We're going to stick with a default GPT 4.1 model and I'm going to go and put some custom instructions in. So these custom instructions will include giving it a role, giving it a task, so exactly what we want it to do, but then also giving it some specifics and some context of exactly where my position is right now and also where the position of the company is in. Should we be focusing on something that's going to take us 2 weeks, or should we be looking to build a long-term system that could take 8 to 10 weeks? So we're going to get this field agent to help determine what the best suit is for us at this current stage. All right, so I've got my prompt set up. I'm giving it a role. I've got a task, and then we've also got some specifics and some context of exactly where we are at this current stage. So the last thing I need to do is go and insert the fields that we want this field agent to search through. So I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to click on insert field and go ahead and put all 4 of these fields in. And we're going to click on create field. And so now it's going to go through, it's going to search the web. It's going to use our prompt to help determine a priority score. And so as we can see there, it's given us a 7 out of 10 priority score. So let's just click on that and see exactly what it's telling us right now. So complexity estimate is medium and the impact summary. So automating the weekly sales report would save the sales manager approximately 6 to 7 hours per month, reducing manual errors in data transfer and calculations, etc. So you guys get the gist. This is an awesome little feature that Airtable has to help me with identifying exactly how complex these things are and then determining which ones I should be starting on first. So now comes the fun part. I'm going to get make.com to take that information from the Airtable database and send me an email to notify me that something's been updated. So say, for example, someone from our team goes and analyzes a specific workflow to do with our client. Once they fill out that tracker, I'll get an email notification sent to me so that I know something's been updated within the Airtable database. So heading over to make.com, let's get started by going and creating a new scenario. So the first step we want to do is go and watch a record from Airtable. So we're going to click on Airtable, we're going to click on watch records, and from here, I'm going to have to go and set up a connection with this Airtable database through make.com. Our connection type is going to be an Airtable token or key, and we're going to go and get our personal access token from Airtable. So going back to Airtable, we're going to go down to the bottom left here where we've got our account, and we're going to select account up here. From there, we want to go down to where it says API and click on Go to Developer Hub. This is going to take us over to go and create our token and get our API key. So I'm going to click on Create Token there and click on Create Token again. We're going to give this a name. So we're going to go with Tally Form, and we want to go and add some scopes. So essentially we're giving Make.com access to these specific scopes. So by going data records read, so we're going to let Make.com see the data in the records. We're also going to go with data records write, and then also schema bases read and schema bases write as well. And once you've got that set up, we want to go to add a base, select our untitled base there, and click on Create Token. Now we're going to have our API token created there. We're going to copy that, click on Done, go back to Make.com, paste that in there, and click on Save. And in a matter of seconds, we'll see our new tokens being set up. And from here, we can go and select our base. So we've got our untitled base there. We're going to select table 1. Now with our trigger field, now before we go and fill in our trigger field, we're going to go back to our Airtable database and just add one more column. So let's go back to here, and we're going to go with a created time field type. So we're going to select that. We're going to click Create Field, and then that's just going to tell us when these items within the database have been created. So let's just go back to Make.com. This is where we can go and include this trigger field here. So we're going to go and refresh that, and we're going to select Created. Our label field, we're just going to go with idea title, and then for now we can just leave that as it is. We're going to click on Save. So choosing where to start. So if I went with from now on, then that previous idea that we've thrown into our Airtable database will not be recognized. But for this example, I'm just going to go with all. If this was to be set up and to be continually tracked, then we just want to go with from now on. But for this example, I'm going to go with all so that I can extract the information from that database that's already in there and use that to go and send me an email. So I'm going to click on Save, and then we're going to go and get our Gmail node. So we're going to go with Gmail, and we're going to send an email. And so from here, we're going to go and add our recipient. So this is just going to be whoever I want to send this email to. So once this tracker gets filled out, I want to be able to get the notification so that I know the database has been updated. So I'll go ahead and put my email in here. And then for the subject, let's just go with something like Nathan, let's talk about this automation. Now the body type, we're going to go with raw HTML, and we're going to write out the exact email copy that we want to send to me when I get the notification. So the content I've got set up here, so hey Nathan, check out this new automation called, and then we've got our idea title variable in there. So if I just go back to here, that's basically going to say whatever the idea title of this new automation idea is, that's going to be set up for every single email that gets sent to me. So by using a variable, we're not tying it down to one specific item. So if we go back to Make, I've also got the AI summarizer in there. So below is a brief outline of what my thoughts are. And then we've got our AI summarizer in there. So it's almost like we're getting our own AI summarizer to send me an email and say, hey Nathan, check this out. These are my thoughts. And so once we've got that set up, we can just click on Save, and I'm just going to save this down here, and let's just run this automation and see exactly what comes up. So we've run it once. Make's gone and collected the information from Airtable by watching the records and then using that information to go and send me a Gmail. And so here we go. Hey Nathan, check out this new automation called Weekly Sales Report Compilation. Below is a brief outline of what my thoughts are, and then it goes through and gives us the AI generated summary. So look guys, this is a very simple and basic automation, but you got to start somewhere. So by creating these sort of systems up, that helps to keep all of our ideas in one specific database, and then also updating me when a new item is added to the database. It's just going to make everything so much easier for me to keep tracking all of the ideas in the long run. And that's a wrap. The full workflow that I'm using to help log all of my automation ideas. If you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to join our free community where we'll be sharing all of our different automation ideas that we'll be looking into heading into 2026. We'll see you in the next one.